What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Mosley, and that's the one, the only. It is Scott Savage. Scott, what's going on, man?
I just got a very mysterious system noise, and I don't know what it is. As long as you can hear me, everything's good.
I can hear you. We are good here, where everybody can join us live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, over on twitch.tv/theofficial ITG, as well as youtube.com/ the official ITG. But if you can't join us live, it is up later inside the game.ca podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Scott, today's show involves 343 Industries are moving on to Unreal Engine heading into the future. But does this mean saying goodbye to Halo Infinite? EA has seemingly canceled another game, and Redfall needs you to be connected online all the time. Weird.
Everybody loved that a couple consoles ago.
Xbox, TV, esports, TV, Call of Duty, TV, Call of Duty, TV. That was a funny little announcement. Dude, let's get in. Speaking of Microsoft, Microsoft's post layoffs, Halo Studios smaller and switching to Unreal Engine. I do like the transition to Unreal Engine, I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way going forward.
It seems to be like an industry standard moving forward. This is Jay Peters over at The Verge. Halo developer 343 Industries lost at least 95 people due to Microsoft's recent layoffs, and the studio is apparently switching from its Slipspace engine to Epic Games' widely used Unreal Engine for future games. Bloomberg reports the future of Halo has been somewhat up in the air since the layoffs announced on January 18th. Halo Infinite had a strong launch in late 2021, but over time, fans started to get annoyed by frustrations with multiplayer progression, repeated delays to planned features like network campaign co-op and Forge mode, of course, which we talk about all too often here, Scott. That's for sure. But 343 has publicly affirmed its commitment to the franchise following the layoffs. Halo and Master Chief are here to stay, they have stated. So, yeah, we kind of been covering that as well. But the big thing for me there, Scott, is the transition over into Unreal Engine, right? So here goes. But it's unclear when we might see the next game in the series, so it's difficult to know exactly what 343's involvement will be with the franchise going forward. For example, the studio is already working on with the Austin-based Certain Affinity on a Battle Royale game codenamed what, Scott?
Tatanka. I have to say it correctly, but that's only because it's a misspoke of Tachanka.
Yeah,
that's a little thing I've been doing ever since we started playing Siege together. I mispronounce every name.
Yes, you do. But the game may evolve in different directions, Bloomberg reports. Tatanka will also apparently be developed by Unreal Engine, while future Halo games will also explore using Unreal, Bloomberg says. So what's this mean then, Scott, for the future of Halo? What are your thoughts? Where is Halo Infinite at right now as well, if we're going to be switching over currently to moving into Unreal Engine 5 and getting out of their, Slipspace? Yeah, there's Slipspace engine, right? Now what goes on with Infinite?
Doesn't seem to be very well proven here. Slipspace, I think, is taking a bit of the blame for the issues associated with Halo Infinite, and that might make a lot of sense. I'm hoping that's not a scapegoat, really, because do we, and something else happening simultaneously, do we, expect 343 to split their team due to Tatanka as well as support for Halo Infinite? Or is that something that's going to drop away very quickly? Are we leaving Halo Infinite in the dust?
Well, I think that's the biggest concern is now, what's that mean for Halo Infinite? Where do we stand? If they are now switching teams over, who's going to stay behind to keep Infinite updated? We're going to keep the multiplayer maybe alive with battle passes because why? Because it generates money, right? But how much do you even want to involve in that when you can get them going on the next game and get that up and running and hopefully have a turnaround in the Halo franchise? Will Forge be enough, Scott, to keep it alive, you think?
I think it will for a certain amount of the community, but most of the casual community is going to fall right off, I would expect.
No, absolutely. And here's the other side of it, too. If you're creating something right now in Forge, and then 343 switches over to Unreal Engine, is that something you want to continue doing in Forge? Because you will not be able to carry your creation forward into whatever next comes around for Halo. Right? There is no
I don't think Forge works between titles anyways.
But it could have, though. If they would have stayed with Slipspace on the next one, right? Maybe they could keep tying it in. Dude, look at Fortnite. Fortnite just keeps iterating. They're talking about Creative 2.0 and how you'll be able to take from Creative 1, take all your stuff that you created there and bring it over into Creative 2.0. They're keeping everything. But now when you're switching engines completely here, where Epic, obviously making Fortnite, worked in Unreal Engine 4, their own Fortnite engine, and then they're upgrading that one with the capabilities of carrying everything forward. I like this generation, Scott, that we're seeing of last year's games are still playable on next gen systems, right? We're seeing the ability to carry things forward. Just kind of like your Steam library. Your Steam library doesn't vanish, right? That's the beauty of PC. This is where we're starting to see the iterations now move forward when it comes to the world of console. What happens now, though, when everything switches over to Epic? That's the big.
Well, I don't think anything in Halo Infinite could be expected to continue on beyond Halo Infinite. In fact, I'm not sure that's happened in any video game ever, bringing your creation to another new title in the franchise.
Little Big Planet, I want to say, may have, but that's going way back, right? They've seen 2, 3. Yeah, it's been a while, so don't quote me on that, but that might have been a possibility. But
I was thinking of the map creator in Command and Conquer Red Alert.
Ah, nice. That's dude. Yo, I was playing Age of Empires last night. Off to a bit of a slow start, but I'm still enjoying myself and getting used to controls. It is so different moving from PC to a console controller and trying to figure out where everything. But I feel like they've mapped the controls pretty well. So
I think there's a little bit going on with that too, where the peasants, so to speak, your villagers can move around and do their own thing,
which is helpful, very helpful.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Interesting to see now even Microsoft with 343 Industries wanting to transition over onto the Unreal Engine. We saw the Coalition already do that, right? They said they finished up Gears. Now they're moving everything forward over there with their studio into Unreal Engine 5 because the capabilities and where that technology and the nanite and the lumens and all the other stuff that they have over there for Unreal Engine 5 is just taking production levels to a higher fidelity, faster render times, more graphical power. Like there's just such a leap in technology from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5. If you dive deep, it is staggering how much that's really pushed everything. Like we've seen the trailer for Unreal Engine 5. Dude, that's incredible. Like it is absolutely beautiful. And now with everybody moving over, like, yo, games are just gonna get that extra bit more intense, especially in that horror genre.
I can't wait for that. But I can't wait for a new Halo title that comes out in Unreal. Is gonna look so good, or at least has the potential to look so good. And I'm picturing a game that I'm playing that looks better and more realistic than the Halo TV show.
Right. So what did you how did you feel that Halo Infinite looked? Did you like how it looked?
It looked okay to me. Yeah, it seems a little softened. It's not just trying to do a hyper realism thing, but I didn't really expect it to.
Yeah, no, for sure. Maybe the next one will. Who knows? Time will tell.
Possible.
Yes. Let's get over to EA because this is an interesting one. EA has reportedly canceled a single-player game codenamed, Scott, brace yourself, Titanfall Legends. Titanfall Legends, dude. Titanfall was back. It was coming back. And now we say goodbye. Tom Ivan over at VGC. Electronic Arts has reportedly canceled a new single-player game set in the Titanfall/Apex Legends universe. According to Bloomberg, the game was in development at EA studio Respawn Entertainment, where a team of about 50 people have been working on it. Codenamed Titanfall Legends, the project was reportedly being led by creative director Mohammed Alavavi, until he left the company in January 2022, Scott. Respawn announced in July 2021 that it was developing a single-player adventure game set in a unique universe until, unfortunately, Mohammed had said goodbye. And that's when things changed, which is devastating. As a senior designer on the Titanfall series and the narrative design director on Apex Legends during an 11-year spell at Respawn. Prior to that, he spent 7 years at Infinity Ward, where he designed iconic Call of Duty missions, including No Russian, there you go, Scott, and All Gillied Up. Dude, that's
the two standouts.
Right? It is. They lost a pivotal portion of the team right there. And with that, they actually shut down an entire game. Nobody else could take over, Scott, at Respawn. This is Respawn, man. Nobody else can fill those shoes.
I'm so shocked that they can't put together something in the Titanfall name, given the
Yeah.
huge advertising venue they already have. Apex is a
Oh,
massive game in the space, and
yeah.
it seems like it would be so easy to kind of just shoehorn some Titanfall things in there. You could even just roll Apex into a Titanfall Legends over time.
I
In
like
fact,
Titanfall.
that's what Apex was supposed to be. It seemed like it was going to feature all the characters from Titanfall 2 that everybody fought, defeated, and loved. But
Yeah.
Titanfall 2 is struck from the record.
Man, the hopes were up and now they're gone. It's just devastating to think that we would have seen more of something with Titanfall, because I feel like there's a lot more story there to tell, and obviously there was.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I wonder, like, they couldn't have just canceled on the premise of him leaving, right? Like, there's got to be more behind the stories. What's going on over there at the studio at Respawn? We do know that they're working on Jedi Survivor right now. And if we get there in time, Scott, we got a little something to say about that as well.
Mm.
So not a big deal, but it's still something. It's just kind of devastating to see that Titanfall has gone to the wayside and Apex has climbed up as of recently, as of just the other day. Dude, Apex Legends mobile game was canceled.
Yeah.
Canceled. It won awards last year, and now it's canceled. It's like, that's gone too. Like, that was out, and now that one's gone. You gotta wonder what's going on right now at EA, right? A lot of things are getting
Yeah.
canceled. A lot of people are getting laid off. There's a lot of turmoil in our industry right now, and it's sad to see. Hopefully, they can figure things out. Scott,
Well, with minimal layoffs, really. I mean, that's
yeah.
that's kind of problem number one I see, just on the humanity side of it.
Yep. No, absolutely. Do you think we'll see a Titanfall game ever again?
Oh no, I think it's more likely we'll see a Titanfall 1 remake than we'll see a
Really?
Titanfall 3. But I'm still thinking
Huh.
that's going to be, half a decade away.
You don't think it involved, because Titanfall 1 had no multiplayer whatsoever, right? Sorry, it was only multiplayer. It had no single player. Titanfall 2 brought a single player campaign, which people adored. It was great. It was
The
really
single
good.
player, the single player was played out in narrative between games, so it would give you the
Yes.
kind of scenario while you're here, you fight it out, and then the result carries forward. There was a very interesting online component multiplayer campaign that was amazing. It's something that I wish other games took advantage of.
Yes, but it wasn't a true point A to point B single player experience. It was told in a very unique style, which I actually did
Yeah.
appreciate. It was cool, dude. That was cool, but it was really at the bones of it all. It was a PvP game when it launched, and then 2 actually saw a fleshed out story, and then we'd never seen. Dude, when was 2 out? That's the last time we saw 2. Do you know?
2016.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
that was one of the games I
been a while.
pre-ordered. One of very rare pre-orders that I put in.
Brad says, I think we'll see the new Splinter Cell first.
Oh, hey, that would still be welcome. That would make my wait a lot easier to handle.
That is welcome. Dude, let's get into what might not be welcome. Redfall requires a persistent online connection, even in single player. Andy Chalk over at PC Gamer. This is weird. Arcane's upcoming vampire shooter Redfall puts a lot of emphasis on co-op multiplayer, but it also supports single play. The Steam page describes it as an open world single player and co-op FPS. In case you're not convinced, Bethesda Communications chief Pete Hines has also specifically stated that you can play it by yourself. Unfortunately, even if you're playing alone, you still have to be online. Which, granted, Scott, I don't play unless I'm online, so I guess it doesn't really affect me all
Yeah,
that well, right? Like, all that much.
I've sort of already submitted to this issue, this DRM issue, because everything on Xbox, just about everything that I have, requires an online connection, anyways.
Dude, if my internet's down, I don't have access to my Xbox. It pretty well just
No,
shuts me down, right? It's
it's
Xbox
then
alone.
it's Nintendo Switch time after that.
I go over to PlayStation if I'm not already there. The always online requirement was revealed in a Redfall FAQ, which states a persistent online connection is required for single player and co-op. That's about as ambiguous as it gets. If you want to play, you have to be connected. You'll also have to link to your Steam or Xbox user ID in order to play. So just a heads up, if you have any kind of concerns or anything like that, just the way it is, you have to play it online. It's
Yeah,
kind of just the future, I think, at this point, right? You just gotta have to, like, say, give in to the fact and go with it. Scott, we were just talking about Respawn. We got more to say because they are not done yet, as Jedi Survivor has been delayed. For the last 3 years, the Jedi team here at Respawn has poured its collective heart and soul into Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Only 3 years, eh? And are very proud to say that the next chapter of the Tale of Cal Kestis is content complete. We are now focused entirely on the dude. I gotta zoom this in. We took a clip here, and it's just too small. Well, I'm getting old. We are now focused entirely on the final stage. Bug fixes to enhance performance, stability, polish, and most importantly, the player experience. Jedi Survivor is a direct response to the feedback from our community, delivering expansive destinations to explore, involved combat and traversal, and of course, the continuation of Cal and BD's story. Dude, I'm excited, but they did push this now until April 28th. So a small delay. Small.
Yeah, a 6-week delay is not the end of the world, in my opinion.
Not at all, dude. No, it doesn't bother me. It's only 6 weeks. Even if they had to take a year, it's not like I got nothing else to play.
Yeah, that's kind of it's a good issue we have, is our backlog is absolutely massive.
Yeah,
and these new games just will not stop.
No, it only gets bigger, right? Like there's just more and more to play these days. There's always something out. We've got a lot to talk about today. Was what's coming out. We didn't already when Xbox is connected 24/7 in Backlash. They reverted to offline too. They did revert back in the day, Brad, absolutely. But these days, we're always online, man. We're always connected one way or another, right?
It seemed a few years after that, they quietly just kind of went back to what they had originally said.
But their original vision. Dude, I would have loved to have seen Xbox go in their original, when they announced Xbox One, to go in their original vision of what they had planned and let PlayStation do their thing. We'd have two different consoles, where now I feel we have really just an Xbox console and a PlayStation console, but they're pretty well similar, right? Like they are very, very similar in vision. And I was just curious to see if it would have played out, how that would
That's why the console wars thing bugs me so much, is because it's the same thing. It just kind of comes in blue or green.
Pretty much, yeah. Scott, continuing on with delays, an update on Amnesia the Bunker. It has also been delayed to May 16th. So
yeah,
what do you do, man? They never end, right? But dude, the sad news continues, Scott. We're not done yet. Rumbleverse will go offline in February. Epic and Iron Galaxy Studios announced. Dude, I didn't see this one coming. Did you?
No, this kind of just came out of nowhere. So did Rumbleverse, in my opinion. But
very much so. This is David over at PSU. Rumbleverse will be the latest game to enter the live service title Graveyard, with a plot next to Babylon's Fall and another on the other side being prepped for Marvel's Avengers. Whew, dude, that's a rough year. Wow.
Yeah, what an intro sentence right there.
Wow, that is shots fired. Live service titles are never a surefire thing when it comes to finding success, but that hasn't stopped every major publisher under the sun from trying to find one that'll be the next big thing. Dude, that's for sure. Epic Games and Iron Galaxy Studios' Rumbleverse was another shot at finding the new avenue in live service revenue. The announcement of a shutdown less than half a year since it launched shows how well that went. Quote, "We have an important announcement to share. On February 28th, 2023, Rumbleverse servers will go offline. Players who made any purchases since the launch will be eligible for a refund. Thank you so much for playing." Full details on their site. Dude, it's unfortunate to see something go so quickly. Like, that didn't stick around at all.
Yeah. I'm thinking Roller Champions is going to be the latest to do that as well.
Ooh, dude, who's playing that game? Is there anybody on that thing?
I'm completely out of the loop. I feel like it fell off just as I was getting into it, though.
Which is too bad, right? We see a lot of games come out, and a lot of games. Garrett was playing. It's man, what is that battle royale vampire game? Masquerade? Is that what it is?
Oh, Blood Hunt. Yeah.
Yeah. So Garrett was playing that the other day. He goes, "Dad, can I play this?" I went, "Yeah, if you want." And he downloaded it. I'm like, "Really? Who's still playing this game? Like, is anybody talking about it?" I haven't seen much about it, right? So I'm just like,
I haven't heard anything about it in so long.
But I'm glad it's going. I'm glad that somebody's still playing it. But it's sad to see when all the developers have worked so hard to put in their time, their blood, sweat, and tears, and work so hard at something for it to, dude, like didn't even last a year. Rumbleverse is gone. That just didn't.
Did you play any Rumbleverse yourself? Did you try that one out?
I tried it and it just didn't click. I was like, I'm not feeling this whatsoever. I think I played 2 or 3 games. Austin played it. He was actually enjoying himself. He had a good time. And I was like, nope, I don't want to play this. And I didn't, right? And I think it shows.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people felt similar to how I did. I know the Kind of Funny crew played a lot of it. They're also, I believe, sponsored to play it. But after that, they still continued to play it. So, like, Greg talked about how much he enjoyed that game. And he was disappointed, I think, when he saw that this was closing down. Which is very unfortunate, because I thought maybe it had a unique style, right? And you twist on the Battle Royale scene, because it's hand-to-hand combat and stuff. So, can you hear Logan upstairs?
Yeah. You've got your own little wrestler up there.
Yes, I do. So, I thought it was a cool approach. It was new. It was intuitive. It was something I thought it was a little bit exciting, but for me, it didn't click, and I guess it didn't click for a lot of people. So again,
yeah, just a little bit more of a niche kind of It did have a wrestler feel to it, and it was just very niche.
You think it was because it's not a shooter and it didn't really stand a chance?
I think that's likely. Yeah, just because it was. Well, you look at Naraka Blade Point, but even that has projectile weapons.
Yeah. Oh, Brad. We should block Brad right now. What's happening with Hood? I don't want to talk about it. Dude, that one hurts. Hood, Outlaws, and Legends. I have no idea what happened. I can tell you what happened, but dude, I can do a whole show on what happened there. That's just my opinion.
The very last chapter was he got me into it too.
Dude, I was in. Like, I'm in. I'm waiting for this new season to come around, and yeah, like I said. Yeah. All right, let's get into it. Dude, what games are announcements out today?
We have Evil Dead, the game's new Splatter Royale mode launches today. The mode is playable today in a free update for all platforms. Choose Deadite versions of any survivor and demons from the game, including DLC characters and outfits you purchased, and use your wits and weapons to become the last person standing in fast-paced, cutthroat action. Battle with up to 40 players and experience even more carnage with 2 new bonus weapons, the long-range grenade launcher and the scythe. All players can also pick up Pablo's Kandarian facelift outfit at no additional cost. So it seems that they've added quite a lot of content with this free update. I've not played Evil Dead, though. I'm very curious.
Nope. I'm good.
It will have to be me to try that, and I'm okay with that. We do have some full releases today, and that would be Chef Life, a restaurant simulator. Well, that's on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, XS, Switch, and PC. Deliver Us Mars comes out on the PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, XS, and PC. Life is Strange 2 is on the Switch today. Tales, The Backbone Preludes comes to PC. I feel like that's a statement of my medical issues. The Pathless comes to Xbox One, XS, and the Switch.
Dude, those are some good games today. Deliver Us Mars, I want to play that one. That one is cool.
I'm so curious.
The Pathless is actually really good. What did I play that on? PC, maybe? PC? Must have been. PC or Stadia.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. And Tales, The Backbone
Talk
Prelude
about
is really
shutdowns.
good. Yeah. Man, there's been a ton of them going on lately, right? Like, what do you do? But man, just like that, everybody, that's been our show. This has been ITG Daily. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Of course, this is where we keep you up to date on all the latest news around the industry. But you can always join us live at 11 a.m. Eastern over on Twitch and YouTube at the official ITG. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later inside the game.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. Until tomorrow, everybody, I'm Drew, that's Scott. We'll see you inside the game.